Okay, you did not chat. All right.
I mean, talk.
Okay.
I'm chatting with the peeps in the chat room.
Are you now?
Yes.
And the peeps are saying?
Are the cats talking back?
Yes.
Are you paying attention?
I get everything ready before I leave because somebody else is on the phone in the other room.
I had to make sure that all of the Cincy stuff was right.
Yes.
It looks like Cincy exploded in our bedroom right now.
The Cincy fairy showed up. And just as we were coming in, and we had like 15 minutes before the show was going to start, and I'm like, I'm going to get everything ready, and we're all hunky-dory and all the rest of that stuff.
And I'm like, I'm going to play.
So I get everything set. I get the mics, I get the headphones, I get her computer set up, I get everything set up.
I had 2 extra boxes, and I'm like, this isn't right. So I had to call Julie. I'm like, Julie, I literally got 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, then she had to tell me about Gary's boat.
10 minutes later. Yeah. So I'm all set. I go and I'm like, I need a cup of coffee. I'm just, I've got her stuff all set. I got bottles of water, everything set up that way. Everything's hunky-dory. And then I come in the door and she's like, we're waiting for you. And it's like, oh, goody. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I don't even have my tie-dye on because I don't have time to change. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're a little more elegant than
free-spirited.
Yes.
I'm still free-spirited, just not.
And I'm just trying not to sneeze.
Tie-dye. Bless you.
Thank you.
That usually works for me.
Does it?
I even have on my Pandora today.
Ooh, very nice. Yes. It was her birthday on Sunday. And
but to back it up a little bit.
Yes.
For Christmas, Amanda got me a Pandora bracelet with a charm.
Yes.
Which surprised me.
Yes.
Greatly. So I was like, okay, this is awesome. It's very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
So for my birthday,
I got her some charms for said bracelet.
Yes.
She was very excited.
I was very happy.
She wanted to pick them out together, and it was fun.
Yes.
So.
And the lady was very helpful.
Yeah. Oh, look what we got. We got stuff here that are, shoot sparks and take down laser beams. And
yeah, if I had a laser beam charm.
Zap, zap. Or as they like saying, pew, pew.
Pew, pew.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I still get a free bracelet, though.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. If you spend $5,000, you get a free.
She was giving us the range. I'm like, sister, you can stop anytime now because it ain't happening.
46-cent bracelet if you spend $5,000. But that's how it goes. It's all part of the fun.
They don't have a 46-cent anything.
Yes. By the way,
stamp.
Just because I want to say this, welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast pre-show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's always good to kind of introduce what's going on. So when people that are new to the show.
I assume everybody knows who we are.
Comes up. Well, we get a lot of new people.
I know.
And it's like,
so
why are they just jumping into
yakking into stuff? Who are these weird people?
Yes, and what planet did they come from?
Yeah, why is she talking about not being in tie-dye? Who wears tie-dye?
Really? All the time. I mean, come on. So, golden elixir.
I think they actually, the question, see, I need to quit doing that. The question was posed, do they have a GPS charm? And I actually...
We're going to have to find out.
I don't know.
We will have to find out.
That is a very good question.
Very good question.
I would actually wear that.
I would get her for her, just because it's cool.
Yeah.
We will check out.
I should have one.
If you guys got on your side computers or tablets or smartphones, see if Pandora has a
Pandora and see if they have a GPS
charm, and we'll check that out. That's an excellent question, and we will spread that information to you, fine folks.
Yes.
And then I
will
who use more money to give to our lovely ladies who deserve it ever so much.
Yes, I do.
Paid for by the husbands who wish to survive committee. So that is what the pre-show is all about. We people for some silly reason want to know what's going on in the background of our lives, plus see how we set everything up and show you how we do the studio and show you different things about how things are going. So that's what we do, and so we've got different things set up, and Yeah, we talk about stuff that happened during the week and other things that are coming up and things that you should be aware of, and go from there. And it's a lot of fun to talk about it. And plus, you get to find out more about us, and we get to find out more about you. Oh, they do.
They do.
Kaz has put in the chat room. It actually says GPS on it. So guess what we'll be looking at?
My.
That's sweet. Very cool. And if you're not in our chat room, why not? Of course, if you're watching us recorded, that would pretty much explain it. But for the people that don't know, and if you're watching the video for the first time, basically what happens is we record the show live. 8 o'clock on Thursdays for the pre-show and 8:30 p.m. Eastern time for the actual podcast. And if you go to geosnippits.com and click on the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast link up at the top, it'll take you to our viewing area. And once you're in there, you get to see all of this, and you get to literally talk with geocachers from around the world, which is always cool. So yeah, a lot of stuff this week, man. We were busy. We were busy people. We
yes.
So we need to ask, as I bring this back over.
Do we?
We need to ask.
Why?
Did you get your piece of pie? Yeah, I'm just saying.
I did.
Yes. Geocaching is such a good thing. And we both got our piece of pie. And actually pieces, if you really think about it, there were multiple pie.
Yeah, you had 2 pieces.
I did indeed.
I had 1.
Well, you know.
I savored mine.
Sometimes you have to splurge. And it was awesome. So yeah.
We had a lot of fun.
We had a lot of fun. It was a rainy day, Saturday.
It
was extremely rainy, and we were literally in a parking lot somewhere in Cary trying to figure out the mystery cache so that we could actually get.
Man, we were in there in the car,
and it's pouring.
Pouring. Yeah. And I thought, oh, this is going to be one of those where I say, here's the pin, sign my name.
Yes, no
and
doubt.
You know who you are because you have all done it.
Yes, ladies. Anyways, the
Don't
just
tell me
saying,
you haven't.
Please send all hate mail to HeadHardHatress. We'll go. But yeah, that's how it is. And we solved it, went out, and the rain just stopped just in time as we were pulling up. And sure enough, we actually did it correctly, figured it out, and got our first souvenir.
Yes.
With that.
We were going to go to 2 events.
Right. And I didn't want to get up. No, she was still kind of, she is not, believe it or not, this ray of sunshine at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Is not so sunny.
It is not so sunny. It's
I am not a morning person.
Just saying.
Never been. And it is not likely to change now.
I thought I wasn't a morning person. I won't even poke her. I mean, literally, it's like, honey, and it's like, oh, good. So, needless to say, and it was a rather extensive trip to get to where the first event was in the morning. Yeah. So we decided to pass that since we were going to go to the second one. We were going to go do some serious geocaching. It rained. So
yes,
we actually did get quite a bit. We found quite a bit that day.
Yeah, we did.
The rain kind of stopped just enough.
Yeah.
And we were kind of dancing between the raindrops and some of them.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
No,
it really was not.
It was pretty cool. We got some good quick tips because we came into some interesting situations while we were there. As a matter of fact, one of them we're going to be talking about tonight when we talk about the quick tips. So got a bunch of geocaches under our belt, and I'm like, oh, we got this made. The event starts at 6. And we're like, I go, where's the nearest restaurant that has pie? And we're like going, okay, so we found this Perkins restaurant, and we're sitting down, and we ordered the food, and we're enjoying the conversation and just talking back and forth. And then Amy gets a picture on Facebook from 2 of the hosts saying, already here, having a great time, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's only, just about 4 o'clock. Why would they already be there? And so I look it up. And sure enough,
It started at 4.
it started at 4 and went from 4 to 6. I thought it went from 6 to 8. Oops.
He goes, we got to go.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? He goes, it started at 4. I went, that's slightly different. And we're about, 35 minutes away.
Yeah. So
I said, can we get our food to go?
Yeah, so they wrapped everything up because it didn't
Very
even come,
nice people.
It didn't come to us, so it was just a to-go order for them.
Yep.
Wrapped everything up. We put it in the car and took off for said event. Got there in 30 minutes. It wasn't bad.
Nope.
And had a really good time there.
Yep.
Got to meet a lot of cool geocachers and talk with some friends and just have a good old time. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and we got our second souvenir there. Now, if you did not
Thank
know,
goodness.
yes, if you did not know this, if you looked very closely, because we missed it, because
I
when
totally missed it.
when we looked at, we had these souvenirs on our phones, and we went, oh, isn't that cute? And then we looked at the other one and went, oh, isn't that cute?
Mm-hmm.
And went away.
Mm-hmm.
Then I find out, hey, by the way, did you really look at your souvenirs yet? And I'm like, oh, Christmas. And so I go and I look at it, and sure enough, there's something on there that that you need to check from both of your souvenirs to take you to another place on the intrawebs to get some extra pie, the mystery of pie information there. So that's how that went. And it was kind of cute. And if you like seeing Jeremy Irish get done soupy sales style, this is a cool thing to watch. So check it out. Lots of good information, a lot of good stuff for you with
That's
the
cute.
secret of pie. So go check out your souvenirs if you didn't. So yeah, a lot of fun with that. Really, really good day.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day, what did we do on Sunday? As she takes a deep breath.
Yeah. We did our together first 5K.
Yes. So if you haven't been keeping up either on Facebook, why not check us out? We put a lot of information on Facebook, plus our bit strips and things that we like putting
I
on there.
haven't done a bit strip in a while.
I've done a bunch. You did one.
I did one lately.
Yeah, but there are a lot of cool fun. And matter of fact, believe it or not, there might even be some bit strip involved with our show. Just say it. So she hasn't been to the meeting. She has no idea.
I've been slightly busy.
Yeah, kind of busy. So anyways, we went out and we did our first, it was, and I had to reread the what do they call them? BAPs? What's the
Bibs.
Bibs? The bibs that you wear with showing that you're an entrant of said marathon type thing. And on it, it is not the Lucky Leprechaun Walk or Run 2015. It's the Lucky Leprechaun. They have the word pie in there instead of precon. It's PieCon.
Oh, is it?
Yes, I didn't. I had a triple look at that when I was looking. It's
Really?
like, I did not know that. Yeah.
It's because it started on March
Pie
14th.
Day.
Ah, okay. I'm with you.
So needless to say, we found a really, really pretty community park in Apex, which has a nice lake in a nice walking area around it, and we did all 5K, and I was very proud of us because that's the first real walk that we've had that extensive in a bit.
Yep, and it was funny because we got to towards the end, we got to a post that had the mileage listed on it. He's like, all right, touch the post. So I touched the post and we said, we're almost done. And there was a lady walking by and I was like, all right, let's finish this. And she's like, you can do it. Like, we're getting motivation from perfect
Everybody.
strangers. This
It's
is
awesome. So yeah, we literally meant we had
Yeah.
a half mile to make it back to where we were.
Finished it up and my feet were killing me.
Yep.
But at the end, we're like, well, how do you feel? He's like, I feel pretty good. I'm like, yeah, short of my feet, really.
Yeah.
I don't feel
It wasn't bad.
bad.
I thought Monday was going to
So,
be rough.
Monday was going to kill me. I was going to have to drag myself into work, but no, it was
Well, I've been working in a lot more steps over
maybe
the past
this
couple
isn't
weeks.
so bad.
Yeah, I raised the level of my
let's not disappoint the watch.
Yes, if you haven't, if you go to the I think it's on the right hand side of the web page. If not, it's going to be. I started a blog a couple months ago called "Health Tips from a Fat Guy," and in there it just kind of goes over my insights on different things about trying to get healthy again, and what's been working, what hasn't been working, asking for advice from you guys and other people as far as what's going on. And it's actually starting to pick up quite nicely. I was rather surprised with that. So yeah, it's called Health Tips from a Fat Guy. And if you just Google HeadHardHat and the word health, it'll pop up and you'll see there. But anyways, one of the motivations that really keeps me going, besides this person next to me, is on my smartwatch and through my phone through Up, which is Jawbone, the Up app. Basically, it has what's known as a smart coach. And in said smart coach, it keeps track of everything: what you're eating, how much exercise you're doing. If you're not doing enough exercise, it kind of nudges you and says, hey, you know what? Last week you did all these steps. This week you're not quite there. How about we add X number of steps over the next couple of days so we can average out at least for the week? All right. And then this week, because I've been doing so much walking now, it said, hey, instead of having your personal goal now at 5,000 steps, let's make it 7,500, okay? All right. So I upped it up to 7,500. So I've been doing that all week. Yesterday, it's about, I don't know, 7 o'clock, 7:30 at night. It's dark out. It got cold in North Carolina. It wasn't pleasant out. And I'm like, I missed my lunch walk, and we had already walked together 1.5 miles. That's cool. That's good enough.
Oh no, his watch called him out.
7:30 or so at night, it goes off and it says, hey, guess what? You remember me? I remember when you promised you were going to do 7,500 steps today? You're 90% there. What you going to do about it? And I'm like, this digital so-and-so is bugging me to go out again and get my goal for today. All right. Now, I had a podcast to do. So I was going to do the geocaching podcast. It's like, all right, if I do a half mile, that should get me over the limit. And so out I went into the cold and did an extra half mile. Came back and I went, ha, got you. I did 8,700 steps. Winners. And it's like, okay, now I've got an electrical device nagging me to keep up with what I should be doing. And the kicker is it's working. I didn't want to disappoint the watch. So I did it. It's not like it's going to sit there and go, Andy didn't do it today. I'm not going to tell the time. That's how that is. Nanner.
I'm just going to shut off.
I'm just going to nag him more until he does it. So he either learned this from my ex-wife or something, but something worked.
Because I don't nag him.
No, she doesn't. All she says is, are your legs feeling okay? Yeah, I'm sore, but I'm making through it. So she just makes sure the health-wise is there, but she doesn't say, so how much did you walk today?
Nope.
So it's like, now I've got this little bugger sitting there telling me, hey, guess what? You're not doing your quota. You need to buck it up, boy, and get out there. Okay, fine. So this thing's going to make me healthy or kill me, one of the two. So that's how it works.
I just say, have you made the appointment for your doctor yet?
Oh, we don't even want to go on that on national television. So yeah,
He says, no.
So yes, I still have a long way to go. She pokes me. So yes, I have a long way to go, but thanks to the help of digital electronics and living through my life,
he's the one that had to have that watch
through artificial means.
Great, this watch is wonderful.
It is. It's great. It does everything.
I'm like,
that
you
it
don't
needs
need
to.
that watch. Yes, I do.
Oh man.
All right.
Yeah. So on and on
How's
it
that
goes.
working out?
Much better, actually. Seriously, after the amount, after we did the walk, we actually made it through the 5K. Now you're going like, it's only 3 miles. Okay, that's how bad we were. That 3 miles was a major milestone for us to do. So over doing this and gradually building up over the past couple of months, I'm feeling better. My walking is coming much better. The soreness and the pain isn't as bad, though there are times. It's easier to get through, and I am not nearly as winded. Matter of fact, when we did our walk yesterday,
yeah, we did awesome.
We did awesome. We were at a good pace, and you were keeping right up with me.
Yeah, which is huge for me.
Which is huge for you. So it's like, okay, this is working. I'm starting to see results.
And I've got a long way to go.
We both do. But the kicker is, see, my problem is I will start getting very good at something, and I'll start feeling strong, and I'll start feeling good, and then I want to stop.
Oh no, you are not.
And that's the whole thing.
Oh no, you're not.
It's between you and my
watch.
little watch.
We can't disappoint the watch.
No, we can't disappoint the watch. So I'm literally keeping up.
Can't disappoint the Asus.
The Asus is all powerful. I'm just saying.
It's like Oz.
Yeah, it is, only handy. Much more handy.
Mm-hmm. I have to name it Oz.
Well, it's all right. You already say okay, Google, and away you go. So just saying.
Yes.
So, okay, we got about another 3 minutes before we...
so we have to say happy birthday.
Yes.
To Bible Man Rick.
Yes.
He had a pie birthday.
Did he have a pie birthday?
Yes.
Speaking of birthdays, I also have to say...
March 14th.
Awesome. I have to say, because today is my brother David's birthday. Happy birthday, bro.
David. Congratulations.
You're now old
and
aged. He's not looking good. I'm just saying. So God,
nice.
Happy birthday and have another piece of cake, Dave. It's funny because he lives up in the upper half of Lower Michigan, which it's hard to do. I have a coffee cup in my hand and I can't go, hey, it's right here, and point to my hand. But it's right about there. Just saying. So he's up there, and we wished him a happy birthday and no snow.
And he didn't get snow.
And he didn't have snow today.
Yay, today. We said nothing about tomorrow. Sorry, Dave.
No, so that's how it goes. Are you kidding? It's Michigan up there. They'll stop having snow about May. Or so. So good stuff. But happy birthday, Dave. Really happy. I'm happy for you. And say hi to the family and the kids and the dog and the penguins. I'm just saying.
And the pig.
So they live kind of on a farm kind of thing. So anyways, yes, good stuff. Happy birthdays to everybody that had a birthday this year. We'll just catch right up. We'll catch right up to everybody. So lots of good stuff. We hope you enjoyed last week's show about Geo Woodstock. We are geeked.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It was a great show. We had a great time, and a lot of people really enjoyed it, and just lots of fun. So, all right. We got about another minute or so. I'm going to make sure that we got everything set.
My headphones are all jacked up.
Why?
I don't know.
What part is jacked up?
The hearing part.
Is it just not pushed in tight enough?
No, I pushed it in.
Okay. Is it not loud enough for you?
No, the hearing goes away, and then it comes back, and then it goes away and comes back.
Is it crackling?
Yes.
Okay, it's a connection kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see if we can fix that. Probably later. And we will go with
that. No, I didn't mean now. Now's a little awkward time.
I can tell you. All right. So anyways, let's see. Salty CA in the chat room says, I can relate to the snow. 3.5 hours shoveling yesterday. It's
I don't envy that.
I don't envy people with that. That's why we're in North Carolina. And I'll tell you what, just before the show starts here, St. Patrick's Day, the 17th.
Yeah, every year.
The Piedmont, for some reason, decided that is the first day of spring because the day before there was nothing, gray, blah, nothing. St. Patty's Day, the sun came out a little bit, and every flowering pear on the planet, at least in the Piedmont, decided to go and exploded in white.
Yeah.
And the crab trees are right behind it. The daffodils have popped up. The tulips are right behind them. Spring is here, dude. Just saying. Now, for the folks in the Northeast who are supposed to possibly get snow flurries this weekend.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
But you do live in the Northeast, so really, what did you expect?
Yeah, just saying. We feel sorry for you.
Not really.
We will send you some sunshine or something, little package.
About May.
Little envelope that says sunshine or something.
No, we can do that.
They could feel better.
Hey, that would be funny. Mail your brother David the word that says paper that says sunshine.
Yes.
And draw a little sunshine on it.
Little smiley face.
Yeah.
All right, we digress.
That'd be awesome.
All right, 8:31, folks. Time to get going.
I would so do that.
I would do that too.
Yeah.
All right, this is our pre-show, and moving on into the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. So sit back, relax, give your favorite libation, your favorite snack. The GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast is going to be coming to you right about, I'd say now. That would be good. The GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Well, hello, and welcome. Welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. I'm your host, Andy HeadHardHat Smith, and it is March 19th, 2015. In the next hour or so, both co-host Amy, the HeadHardHatress, and I will bring you some interesting information and tidbits about the game, the sport, yes, the obsession, known as geocaching. And yeah, it's been quite lovely. Let's see. I'm going to get this up here. Get that up. There we go. So yeah, welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. Now, for the folks that are just getting into watching the video with us, we do have a question and answer area that all you have to do is click the bottom part of your video. If you have some questions tonight, we're going to be talking about geocaching quick tips, which is a whole collage of different things dealing with geocaching, and a lot of them for new geocachers so that they can help enjoy the game, sport, and obsession just that much more. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So if you have quick tips that you would like to add, you can either do it in the question and answer area, or you can do it on our chat room where we literally have geocachers from around the planet that are going to be able to ask your questions there as well. Wife Amy always minds said chat room, and a lot of times gets very distracted. You mind it. You watch it. You watch
mind
over.
it. I didn't understand what you said.
Or you mine it and things blow
like,
up.
What?
Yes, you watch over it. You are the overseer of the chat room.
Yeah, I'm like, mine it. I don't really do that.
Yeah, she minds
it.
Yes,
I mind it.
Yes,
I do.
Thank you for correcting.
No, I didn't correct anything. I just
saying.
Clarified it.
Well, thank you. Awesome. So anyways, we're moving on to the lots of good stuff for you tonight, good information. And again, make sure you get your questions or ideas for quick tips that you would like to have mentioned on the show in the question and answer area or in the chat room itself. Let's see, this weekend was very busy. If you listen to the pre-show, we went into pretty good in-depth discussion of all the things we did. We have a good question to ask you. Did you get your piece of pie this weekend? Or pieces of pie this weekend? On Saturday was March 14th, 2015. So it's 3.1415. And yes, people even went to the part of doing, 926 for the time. Something
56,
like that.
I think.
Yeah. So it's all infinite to me. So either way, it was a great time to go out and figure out mystery caches, go to some geocaching events, and hey, we just need a place. We don't need an excuse. It's time to go out and have fun with other geocachers, and that's what we ended up doing. We did find a mystery cache, and we did go to an event, had a great time. And if you don't know, if you check out your souvenirs, if you got both souvenirs, check a little closer to them. Now, when we looked, we actually looked at the souvenirs on our phones and went, yeah, they're cute. you got to look a little closer. If you get on a PC or a large tablet, you can see there's a little extra something in those pictures that you may not have caught at first glance. Use both of them together, and it takes you to an extra place on the interwebs so you can go out and get that extra piece of mystery pie. So go check it out. It's really great. And it also, just to entice you a little bit, you get to see Jeremy Irish get taken care of Soupy sales-wise. If you know Soupy, you'll know what I mean. So go check it out. It's really a lot of fun, and there's a lot of background information with that as well. So you say to yourself, hey, this is pretty cool. They seem like rather nice people. The HeadHardHat and the HeadHardHatress, they seem very good. They're solid. They're satisfactory. They're okay. But I want to go and I want to meet up with them. I want to find out more information. I want to see what makes them tick. How do I do that? How do we meet up with other geocachers from around the world live? It's very simple. So you can watch the show live or generally get in touch with us by either watching a live feed and join us in our chat room and our question and answer area, where literally we have geocachers from all around the world. That's at www.geosnippits.com on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time for the podcast. If you come in at 8 o'clock, we have the pre-show for a half hour. That's the show before the show, and we just get into all sorts of discussion. It's really cool. You get a lot of background information that we go through with that as well. We also have our social media sites. Please check them out over the next couple of months because we got a lot of things coming. We got CITO coming up in April.
Yes.
We've got Geo Woodstock coming up in May. We've got lots of things to do and a lot of information going out.
Going caching in October.
Yep, we are doing a lot of stuff, and it's really good to keep up with everything, and also put your insights and your input into it as well. So if you go to our social media links, that's either on the right-hand side of the webpage or up in our media links, check out them, get into our Google Plus. Please make sure that you get subscribed to our YouTube channel because what will happen is every time we do a vlog, every time we do a tutorial, every time we do a podcast, if you're subscribed to us, it automatically goes into your subscribe button every time a show is produced. And that way you don't have to go looking for it. It's sitting there waiting for you the second it's ready. It just
comes to you, bam.
It does, bam, and off you go. It's a great way to go.
Like that cook, a chef.
Yes.
He's not a cook. He's a chef.
Yes, he is. Finally, we have our voicemail line where you can call in your questions, your comments, or suggestions by calling 919-341-9519. Or you don't even have to use that if you don't want to. You can go to geosnippets.com, and on the right-hand side of the screen is our Send Voicemail tab. Click on that, and you get up to 3 minutes that you can talk through your smartphone, your tablet, your laptop, and if you got a microphone for your old PC, whatever works. That way you got 3 minutes to tell us whatever you want about the shows, what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see more of or less of, milestones, all that good information. And that way you can communicate it to us and deemed worthy. We will put it on the show for other people as well to give a good listen. All that is really, really free, which is awesome. And definitely helps all our friends overseas and where you don't want to have those roaming charges as well. Good stuff. And by all means, please give it a try.
Okay. And we have some viewer feedback this week.
Yes, we do.
It says, it's from Timothy Cook.
All right. And I'm going to do something here while we're doing this. So pardon me for interrupting just for half a second.
Oh, you have some pictures.
I've got some pictures. So while Timothy is talking, I'm going to get these up.
I'm going to talk for Timothy.
Right. Go ahead and start his stuff, and I will get this up for you. Just let me make sure that it's
not
doing what it's supposed to. Hang on. Okay. So that's it. So they're going to be able to see this.
That's the show notes.
Right. So hang on for 1 second. That's us. I need to go over here, and this is what they're going to see. All right. Go for it.
Okay. On your show, you talk about how cold it is. Here in Watertown, New York, for February, our average temperature was 5.6 degrees Fahrenheit. At times, it has been as cold as minus 43 degrees Fahrenheit with a wind chill of minus 67 degrees.
Yes.
And we get so much snow that you can't go geocaching. I have included some photos to show you how much snow we get. This is about the same amount of snow we get every year.
Have
Have
fun.
fun and cash on.
Yep, Timothy Cook. And we've got 4 pictures of Timothy here that you can see. One is him trying to find his car. You can see the tops of their swing sets here. And this is their house, or next to it, after they cleared out the driveway. And finally, that's the house. That is some serious snow. And
No, thank you.
And I'm sorry, I I don't mean to laugh. I come from Michigan. I know exactly what that is like. And I am so glad I am just so glad that I am no longer doing that.
I am glad that I have never done that.
Yeah, makes me really happy. Springtime's coming in. I'm sure they will want that as well. So thank you, Timothy, for sending in that information. Woo! And man, get warm. I'm just saying. I do not want to do that. That is some serious snow. All right, let's warm up together and move on. Tonight's episode is brought to you in part by Cache-Advance.com for all your geocaching needs. Cache-Advance.com. Go find it. And also by
coinsandpins.com, the best place to get custom coins, geocoins, lapel pins, and patches made. Go through our GeoSnippits links and use the promo code HeadHardHat for a 10% discount. And FYI for our listeners, you can sign up for their newsletter to get notified of when new coins and patches are available for sale. We're also very thankful to all of our sponsors, and if you want to see more of their products, be sure to go to our GeoSnippits websites and simply click on their logos. Not only do you get great deals, but it helps our program as well.
Absolutely. And before we move on to this isn't even in our show notes. I do want to bring this up because these are amazing. Now, if you can see behind us, up towards the top, on the top part of the boxes, I'm going to move back here for a second and actually get these 2 items that were just sent to us by GX Proxy. And there's a reason why I want to show you this. Hang on just a sec. Go ahead and talk for half a sec.
What are you going to get?
You know.
Do I know?
You know.
Oh.
I'm going to get right now.
I know what these are, but I am unable to tell you at this moment because it is a surprise.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Can I have my headphones back?
I haven't seen them.
Oh, you haven't seen them?
No.
Oh, geez, I thought you did.
No.
All right. This is mine. This is yours. So cover this.
Cover what?
Up here.
Okay.
Now, this has an addition to them. GX Proxy now specializes in these fantastic. Now, we're covering the Discovery numbers. These are tags that Beverly made for GX Proxy, and you can order these. If you notice, it's got the GeoSnippits logo. It's got our names on them, and it also has our real names and our where we're from. And if you notice, there's also a very cool GeoSnippits path tag. There's a magnetic spot on these that you can have your own personalized path tag or whatever path tag you want to do and have it put onto them. We are going to be wearing these when we go to Geo Woodstock or any particular. Yes, the magnets are very, very strong, so be careful where you put it after you set it down. Yeah. They're held to your shirts by magnets, and so it's not going to damage your shirt. You just literally put the tag in the front, the magnet in behind the shirt, and snap. It goes right into place. And then right here like I said, you can have them ordered so that you can put path tags on them as well. And we've got a couple of GeoSnippets path tags left. And so we put them on so you can see what it has there for that. So this is cool. We really love it. And again, you can go to gxproxy.com. Matter of fact, if you go to...
That is nice.
Isn't that awesome? They come in all ranges of colors, all sorts of different things you can put on them. They're made of a very, very heavy vinyl plastic.
Yeah.
These are not going anywhere. These are not cheap in any way, shape, or form. If you go to our sponsors corner, if you go to our sponsors corner and go to GX Proxy's page, you can look through and actually order them. And we've got a link to the site for you to do that. They are fantastic. If you've got a travel bug number to a shirt, or a travel bug,
put that on there
or
too.
A travel bug tag, whatever the number is, she can transfer it to the badge.
Yep.
And use this. There's a bunch of them at Moga right now.
Yep.
There are a bunch of them going to the other ones. A lot of people are going to get ready for Geo Woodstock. Give Beverly a call at GX Proxy. Go through our website.
Well, she's at Moga.
And she's at Moga right now. But I'm just saying in general, go through our website. Go over to gxproxy.com and order your tags. Because they are fantastically durable. These suckers are not going anywhere.
No, they're very sturdy.
Very sturdy, very professional. They feel good. They've got a good, it's not like it's a flimsy plastic. These are very, very thick but not heavy.
No, so they're not heavy.
Yeah. So
and those awesome. Magnets are
good. Nothing's going anywhere. Nothing's going anywhere with this. No. And it's not going to damage your shirts.
No, it's not.
So it's
but
awesome.
It's a magnet. So, it's not going to damage anything.
Yeah, check it out. So anyways, just needed to show you that. And we're going to be putting some pictures of them up onto the website probably this weekend for you to take another gander. But again, go to our sponsors corner, gxproxy.com.
Without the numbers.
And order it. Yeah, without the numbers. So that's how that works. I love when we get this stuff. This is great. All right, let's move on. Yeehaw! Yep. Geocaching Quick Tips, GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, episode 105. Okay, so what I wanted to do with this particular show, this could go either way very, very quickly. And one of the ways that I don't want this to do is to turn into a gripe session.
Yeah, that's not what this is for.
This is to be on the positive side, to inform newer geocachers, basically a bunch of quick tips as to, and I'm going to see if we have any questions put in yet. And it takes a minute for that to load. So basically what happens is this is to be on a positive note for information to new, I know it'll change over a little bit. It'll do basically new information for geocachers so that they can go through and just learn those little extra bits of tidbits to go out geocaching, and just to make the experience for them that much easier. And believe it or not, in the same turn, make it a little less frustrating for a lot of experienced geocachers that don't want certain things to happen. Mm-hmm. So the whole point to this is not to make this into a gripe session. This is a positive thing, not a negative thing. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're going to be doing tonight, giving quick tips for geocaching awareness. And you just had a heavy sigh. Anything bad?
No.
Okay. So anyway, let's move right into it. First thing that I would love to have for quick tips, if you had a new geocacher that you wanted to go through and have them do something and learn, I would like all new geocachers to go through, take 10 minutes and read the Geocacher's Creed. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago on this show. We talked about it last week pretty in depth with Geocaching Podcast. It's a necessity thing, and I like bringing it up in the springtime because that way it just, for geocachers that are finally being able to get out and go geocaching, to just kind of remind them, give them a refresher of basically understanding what it means to be a geocacher. And that's the whole reason what the Geocaching Creed is. It's not a set of rules and regulations. It's a way of you saying, I will do this to the best of my abilities when I go out geocaching. And it's a really good common sense set of information that once you read it, you'll go, oh, I get it, and move on.
And it's common sense. And
it's literally mostly common sense. Mm-hmm. So this is something that I would say as a recommendation to any new geocacher. And you can use this as all these ideas tonight to when you come up with new geocachers and they say, hey, by the way, do you got any tips? This is some of the stuff that you want to do. Mm-hmm. If you are not able to get things through to the question and answer thing tonight, make sure you put them in the chat room, and Miss Amy will keep up with that, and we'll try to get those on the show as well. Okay, now the next thing that would be good for geocachers, I kind of rolled into one quick tip But basically what I've named this is 5 key items for your geocaching pack. This is something that you would want every time you go to a geocache. You would have these items near you, and it's very, very difficult to sit there and say, well, pick the top 5. Because quite frankly, I've got a Batman utility belt full of stuff that I use on a regular basis. So these are the ones for geocachers just starting out that they might want to consider when it comes out as their top 5. And here's what I've got. And this does not include a GPS type device. We know you've got a GPS. We know you've got a smartphone. You've got some way of getting to where the geocache is. But when you're actually there, this is what you're going to need. First and foremost, and we put this out on Google Plus and a bunch of other places for people to say, and Taz427 just said as well, a pen, a writing utensil of some type, be it pencil, be it pen. I highly recommend space pens because those suckers write over anything in any direction.
They're guessing them all.
And they're guessing them in the chat room. So if you use a marker, markers are good for many cases, but sometimes certain papers, it doesn't work so hot. Certain papers, pens don't work so hot. So having a combination of them is really good. A next one is a mirror. Why do you say a mirror? It's very simple. When you're in an area, I'll give you this will flash back to every geocacher that's been out there and did this. Imagine a wooden walking bridge. Just a wooden walking bridge going over a stream or something. And there's a geocache somewhere around. A mirror will save you so much time because you can use it to look at all the nooks and crannies and all the spots instead of trying to reach over and look yourself. You use a mirror to find where the geocache is. Saves loads of time. Band-Aids. Let's stick to this first. Like I said, picking 5. We're getting lots of help from the chat room right now. The next one, absolute necessity, tweezers. Tweezers are great for multiple things. 1 is a great tick remover. 2 is a great splinter removal. 3 actually is very good for getting logbooks out of bison tubes and nanos. So very, very, very good. Goo. Yes, well, not necessarily when they're goo, but even when they're tightly put in and not goo. Those make very well for something like that. The next one, also guessed into the chat room. A Leatherman tool, multi-tool, or a Swiss Army knife. Now, we have found in many a discussion over time that many geocachers have a very Coke and Pepsi way of thinking when it comes to a multi-tool. Lots of them absolutely love the Swiss Army knife. The other half love Leatherman multi-tools. So I have both.
Personal preference.
And multiple sizes. But
I'm
definitely, so definitely have one of those because a lot of times those little pliers come in handy. That little knife comes in handy. Those little knick-knack gadgets that work into it. Those are very, very handy when you go out geocaching, and you never know you're going to need it until you do. So that's it. The 5th tool, which is the last one for this one, and yes, there's a zillion other ones that you can have because just ask our chat room.
Somebody said bubble gum. That reminded me of MacGyver.
Actually, bubble gum and or a magnet with twine is that, but that's not my 5th. You're getting me digressed. The last one that I have on
I
here.
like bubble gum.
Anyways, an extraction tool. And you say, why, Andy, what do you mean by an extraction tool? If you've ever seen one of those pickle, basically it's a plunger with 3 hooks, and it's about the shape of a pen.
They really are.
And you go like you push it in, and the hooks go, and then you let go, and they clamp on whatever. Something to go in and reach where you don't want to stick your fingers.
They are good for pickles.
They are. Well, they're made for that, actually. You know, geocachers just are very creative, but they're actually called pickle extractors. They're made for getting pickles out of pickle jars. So anyways.
I like pickles, too.
You're going to get yourself hungry. Some of the tools that you need to get down is an extraction tool. So writing utensil, mirror, tweezers, Leatherman, and extraction tool are the 5 that would be very, very helpful for you to keep in a little pack, a little pouch, just something with you so that when you go geocaching, you're going to need it.
My goal is to distract you.
And you are doing swimmingly.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yay!
Yes, you are. So next, as he moves on, if you were to tell a geocacher about the stuff that are found in geocaches, swag is a huge thing. But
I love swag.
There are other things that are, yes, you do. There are other things that are also in a geocache potentially. Is travel bugs and geocoins. And the thing that I would try to emphasize to said new geocacher is there's a difference.
Well, yeah.
What's the difference between swag and travelers?
Swag and travel bugs?
Yeah, what's the difference? The main difference?
The travel bugs, you got to move them along.
Okay. And what's the difference between that and swag?
Swag, you like trade them out.
Right. Swag is tradable stuff.
Yeah.
That you try to trade for equal or better for. Yeah. Travelers like geocoins, travel bugs, and etc. are other people's property and are not swag. You can't keep them. You can look at them for a couple of weeks, but you got to take them to the next geocache and move them along.
Yep.
So that is a huge thing. Again, for a lot of people, it's like, but Andy, that's rudimentary. Yes, but a lot of geocachers that are brand new don't learn this stuff. So, example, if you get for a new geocacher, and this is where I think on Geocaching Podcast it was brought up, a new geocacher gets the app and they have it on their smartphone. What does it do? It tells them to start looking for traditionals and just go find it. Here it is. I'll show you how to get to it. Doesn't go into any real major detail as to what to do when you get there. That's the whole reason why we're doing this show, is to kind of help people to better understand the difference between swag and trackables that have special IDs numbers. Those belong to somebody else. They're not for you to keep. Move them along. And for swag, trade for equal or better value. Very, very cool. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Another good tip is one of the functions that a geocacher has, actually two of the functions that a geocacher has when they are logging a geocache, is one is needs maintenance, and the next one is needs archiving. And it's very important to teach to newer geocachers the difference. I think out of all the times that I have been geocaching since 2008, I have probably done a dozen needs maintenance. And what needs maintenance means is...
Yeah, see, the definition is skewed to a lot of people.
But for new geocachers, especially, they don't understand. Needs maintenance means something is physically wrong with the geocache. It's broken, it's busted, it's rusted shut, it's no longer usable. A raccoon ate it. Something came by. I've seen it happen. It needs to be repaired, and the geocache owner needs to come out and fix it.
Yeah.
That's what that's for. It's an alert for the owner to say, hey, by the way, your raccoon ate your cache. Come take care of it.
A large furry animal.
Yes. Needs archiving is literally a whole different animal. And that means that the geocache is in such disrepair that the cache owner has not acknowledged it for whatever reason. They're no longer playing the game. They don't care. Yeah. Whatever happens, a large period of time has gone by, and this pile of geolitter needs to be archived so that other people don't find it.
I have done that, the archiving, once. But that is because I knew the cache owner, and I knew that he was not playing the game anymore.
Right.
And I had discussed it with him.
Right. And that's a key thing, because he's no longer in the game.
So I knew all of those things to be true.
Right.
So that's why I did that.
Right. And the whole point is for newer geocachers to understand this is a very rare thing to happen, to use need archiving. What happens...
Right, and like Bible Man Rick said, not just because you can't find it.
Exactly. And that was the point I was just going to make.
Yeah.
It does for needs maintenance and needs archiving, does not flag either one of those just because you can't find the geocache.
Right.
If that's true, the nano I was trying to find today, I would have done it in a heartbeat. Just saying.
You noticed there was no pictures or vlog on that one, right?
No, nothing. Because I couldn't find it. It is now my nemesis cache. And that's the whole thing. There should be a Nemesis cache flag that you can say, I'm going to go to this darn thing 6 or 7 or a dozen times till I find it. Because sometimes they're just that well hidden, you don't find it until you do. But it doesn't mean do needs archiving. It doesn't mean do needs maintenance just because you can't find it, because there are ones out there that are that good. So that's the whole point of this. Don't use needs archiving unless you know for a fact that this thing has been out there for a long, long time, that the geocaching owner just isn't responding to it, and it's time to archive it. If otherwise, don't use it. Just don't use it. If you know it's broken, needs maintenance, no problem. Use that anytime you find a geocache that has busted. That's the difference.
But if you can't find it, DNF it and move along.
Right. And that's the main thing, because what will happen is with a geocache owner is they're going to go through and they're going to look at how many finds you have.
Yep.
If you've got a little amount of finds and you're saying, I can't find it, they're going to say, I'll go check it if I, have to, like but people with more experience, if a bunch of them can't find it, sorry, tried my best, can't find it, then the cache owner is going to come out and see what's going on.
Yes.
That's how it works.
Should we talk about the one we looked for Friday?
Please do.
Funny beginning to this story. We actually, I told him that I was going to go out and look for a first to find. He's like, okay, that's great. And so I go from Apex, drive 30 minutes to this first to find, knowing that, or hoping that nobody else would go for it, and left work early.
Called
him. He's like, oh, well, I'm about 5 miles from this other first to find. So I had gotten no other notification that there was a first to find. I'm like, if he's going for the same one, I won't smack him.
I had no idea. I'm thinking she's down in Apex, which is good 45 minutes away.
I said, okay. I drive faster. So I get there and he's there.
Looking around, and
I get out of I park quickly,
and I'm looking. I've already been there. Now she doesn't know this.
I get out of the car and I was like, "Hey!"
I've been there for 15 minutes already trying to find.
And he says, "Hey!" I said, "If you find it and sign it first, you are dead."
She is now hooked on.
And he says, "I didn't know you were going to go for this." I said, "There was one notification. Where else was I going to be?"
There actually was too.
And he said, you were in Apex. I didn't know you were going to come here.
Yeah. So anyway,
at any rate,
we
go through all of this and we look through everywhere. Neither of us can find it. We looked for 45 minutes.
Yes.
And it is nowhere. And long story short, too late. The cache owner had 12 finds.
Right.
And had tried to hide a series.
Yes, and apparently not well.
And not very well.
Yeah. So this is another example that we and we'll get into this we might as well get into it now for that particular part of it. There are situations where there are geocachers out there that have the knowledge, the insight, and the wisdom to put out effective geocaches with relatively few finds. The majority of the time, and you can write to me if you disagree with me or not, the majority of the time, if you only have a certain set of finds, you have a very narrow perspective of geocaching.
Yes.
This causes issues.
Yes.
So one of the things that we also would like to recommend to geocachers is that if you do want to put out a find, fantastic. Get some mentoring from somebody who's already geocaching. Ask them questions saying, is this a good idea? Is this a good place to put it? Is this a good type of container that I should use? What kind of things can I put into it that geocachers would like? All the information, gather that up, and then put out a geocache. And then also ask them, what is the correct way to put out a find? So that way, or put out a hide, so that I know that I can get it to the most accurate spot as well. And not only that, would you mind testing it for me to make sure that my coordinates are accurate? Beta testing is great when it comes to geocaches, especially the much more elaborate, much more difficult ones. You always want to have somebody test out your stuff, your puzzle, your multi-cache, whatever, to make sure that you're hitting the mark. Everybody gets numbers juxtaposed. Everybody sometimes gets just a little bit different depending on what device they're using. Have somebody test it. And then that way it's a good way to go. We're not saying don't put them out. We're just saying check with other geocachers so that you know what you're doing until you actually do gain the right amount of experience. Because quite frankly, we were pretty frustrated by the time that came by. And then when I saw that there was only 12 finds, that was not pretty. It wasn't pretty.
Well, and another cacher came out too and was looking, and he was looking up her profile, and when he said, "Oh, she's only got 12 finds," and we're like, "Oh,
yeah,
whoa,
there you go.
This isn't looking good."
Yeah.
So I was frustrated, and I wrote a testy note, which I felt bad for later. So if she's watching, I do apologize. But I was very frustrated and asked her to verify her coordinates.
Or we would.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. He wrote another note, was very nice to her, said, "Hey, we looked around, yada, yada." She got frustrated. And it is very frustrating.
Yes.
For both sides.
And all it would take to fix that is just some extra knowledge. And that's the whole thing.
And a very experienced cacher wrote back and said, "Hey, I'm happy to help.
Yes.
What do you need?"
As so did I.
Yeah.
So.
And you know, he's like, "I've got several hundred hides.
What do you need?
What do you need?
We'll go out. We'll figure it out. I'll show you
and help."
Yeah.
So yeah. So I hope that she does continue to do this.
Yes. But again, it gets frustrating on both sides, and just a little bit of knowledge with how to do it would resolve all that. All right, next, moving on. Respect the geocache. This is another thing that we'd love to tell newer geocachers that are going out for the numbers and realizing or not realizing that the person that actually placed the geocache took time, energy, and money to do so. Now, granted, a 35 millimeter under a lamppost hide, not so much. A lot of other ones, still, you went through the effort of putting out a geocache to do
like
this.
your dragons.
Yeah, I
you
spent
put a lot of time,
large of money on that as well, and time.
Yeah,
and it's one of those things where please respect the geocaches, because a lot of times people force things open. They get upset because it's jammed, or they think it's jammed when they're actually getting figure out the correct way.
You should not have to force it open.
Yes, and if it is, then work it out with the cache owner.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the other thing. So yeah, please respect the geocache, especially how it's placed when it's in your hands and you're actually using it, and the way that you put it back. Next, a well-written log makes all the difference. The geocacher who took the time to get the geocache out deserves the same consideration in return with the geocaches found. There is literally, because they don't talk about it with the app, they don't even put TF, thanks for the cache. They just put a letter. I mean, it's down to one letter.
Really?
Yes.
What's one letter tell you? Nothing.
Nothing. If a person puts out a lot of effort into a geocache,
write them a note.
Tell them, hey, this was a cool cache. I was doing this. I was coming from here, going there. Had a great time finding it. Most of the time when I do my logs, I don't type them. I speak. I use my smartphone. I click the little microphone, and I do a little few sentences or a paragraph.
I type it.
And then I correct it a couple of places, and I'm done.
Yeah, and autocorrect is awesome.
And so it's a great way for you to quickly put out information to say, hey, I really appreciate you did this.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. It's so much better than just, hey, thanks for the cache. It's just show a little appreciation.
Put a little
thought into it. Yeah. I mean, in the old days,
back in the day,
if you had a large logbook, a lot of times people wrote stories, they wrote backstories, they wrote everything that they were doing as far as with the geocache. They wrote poems. They did also draw pictures.
Now, if they're drawing pictures, some kids, and I'm talking teenage kids, who are out in the woods doing stuff they ain't supposed to be doing, You might get pictures you don't want to see.
Can we get with geocaching? Okay. What are you saying? People find geocaches and put stuff in there that's not right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't do that.
Yes.
I've never seen it. I've seen stuff that's in geocaches that shouldn't be, that didn't follow by the code. But a lot of times,
I've heard stories. I mean, I've heard people say things that they found things in geocaches.
All right, but when it comes to trying to tell new geocachers how to do geocaching, yes, please follow the guidelines and make sure that you don't put in things that you're not supposed to.
Yes.
Okay. As opposed to just some kids finding a geocache and putting stuff in that they're not supposed to. That's different.
Yeah.
Okay. You can't handle that. That's not geocachers.
Right.
Okay. Just saying. Sometimes you might get surprised. Okay. I'm like, I can't work with that. I have no idea where she's going with this. Okay. An alien may came by and leave fondue in the top of the geocache. I have no idea what that means.
I knew I'd do it one time.
Anyways. Okay. Another good one. Park legally and walk. Don't park where you're not supposed to. I know it's tempting. I know nobody's around. Nobody can see it. But please, one of the things that would be a very good, helpful tip and keep you from getting a ticket you're not supposed to is park where you're supposed to and then walk. And one, it's good exercise. And two, it keeps you from paying extra fines in areas that you don't want. Another couple ones, and we'll wrap up here. Lanyards are your best friend. Lanyards are very cool, very helpful. You can purchase them out of a lot of the online stores. They're very handy because, one, you can hook on things like your all your key information if you're going to an event, so people know who you are, like a name tag, things like that. They also, many of them are strong enough to hold on to a GPS unit. And other things that you want to put onto there would be things like your pens, a little packet with spare logs. I've seen a lot of them have those little attachable tweezers. There's all sorts of little portable things to make it into a little mini utility belt around your neck. Very, very handy when it comes to geocaching. Let's see. Be thoughtful to when you, again, we just went over this. Be thoughtful when you think you are ready to hide a geocache. Some may be ready, some may not be ready. Please be sure to check out with a mentor. And let's see. Let's go over what some of the viewers said here real quick, too, while we got it. Andy wrote in, don't trust the GPS exclusively. If it says you're within 20 feet, put it in your pocket and start using your eyes. Highly, highly recommended. There are too many times with new geocachers that they'll go out and they'll follow the bouncing arrow. And it'll be over here, and then it says it's over there, then it's over here, and you're spending more time following the arrow than you are actually trying to look for the geocache. Please go out and use that. That's great philosophy when it comes to things like that. Start using your GeoSense and going, if I was a geocache, where would I put it? And go that way. Kenny's Art said, always put the geocache back when you found it. Or where you found it, unless you know for sure it's not where it's supposed to be. So we have what is known as the Play-Doh story. We were out doing a Play-Doh series not too long ago, and basically what it is a bunch of geocaches that are hidden in Play-Doh containers. Really cute, very creative. Now, we actually got into a debate, and this is actually going to turn into a quick tip vlog that we're going to put out probably this weekend. This is a scenario. We drive up to where Ground Zero is. We walk over to it. And in plain sight, right in underneath the neck of a very exposed bush, is the top of the Play-Doh can. It's right there. It's sitting right there in the ground. About 3 feet to the left of it is a lamppost. Okay. Where does the geocache go? Now, for me, my side of it, and I'll let Amy do her side in a second, my side of it was maintenance is going to pick this up and throw it out. It's completely exposed. Somebody's going to think it's litter and throw it away. That was my argument. I would have wanted to put the geocache in the lamppost because the other area was completely open. There was no other area to hide it. Miss Amy had a different idea.
Not your cache.
Okay.
You didn't place it.
All
You have
right.
no idea what the intent was for the cache.
Which kind of bugged me, but on the other side, I agreed with her as well, because she's absolutely right. I did not place the cache. This is not mine. It was not my intent. It didn't say anywhere in the description on where it would be hidden. Even in the hint, it did not say, because it did not have a hint.
Mm-hmm.
So we literally sat there for a minute and kind of discussed this, saying, but, and she's got that look she's got on now where it's like, I know I'm right.
And he knows I'm right.
And I know you're right. So
he don't like it, but he knows
what
it.
do you do?
You put it back where you found it.
Yeah. So basically what we did in this particular case is we put it back where we found it. We kind of covered it up a little bit better so it wasn't quite as exposed as it was, and notified the CO. So that way the cache owner can actually come out and make the decision on where the geocache needs to be. But that was a debate. I mean,
it's probably still exactly where we left it.
It's probably exactly where we left it. But this was the first time we both sat there and had a firm divide on what we thought was the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So we agreed to disagree and let the cache owner figure it out. Just a thought. All right. Let's see. Jesper said, I have one cache I'm having a lot of fun with. Have spent more than 3 hours searching a small wooden bridge and the 10 looks like centimeter of water below. 5 visits to it this winter and no luck. I'll just find another day for the 20-minute hike to the bridge for another search, or find another cache and get some friends to help. Nemesis caches.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you can't find it doesn't mean it's not there. I had one geocache that was a nano that was on a quarter-mile bridge that was a walkover bridge over a very, very large freeway. Lots of fencing on both sides of the walkway, lots of walkway area, lots of hiding spots on either side before you go onto the walkway. I must have went there a dozen times. I must have contacted the CO at least a half dozen times saying, I can't find it. I can't find it. Give me a hint. A lot of times COs will not give you an exact. It's like, it's there. I just checked it. And you go until you find it. So yes, if you first you don't succeed, keep doing it till you drive yourself crazy, because that's all part of geocaching. A couple more and we will get moving on. Doug Road, take it slowly. Don't overestimate your abilities.
Isn't that the truth?
Yes. If you're a couch potato, don't go off on a tear after a T4. Build up to the more physical, demanding caches. I could not agree more.
Mm-hmm.
Know your limitations. Don't get yourself hurt. Excellent stuff. And then finally, Dave, yes, Mr. DeBear, wrote into here, the first rule of geocaching is to have fun.
It's a game.
It's a game. If you take it too seriously, you're not going to be good at it, which is absolutely correct. On the face of it, geocaching is an absurd hobby. So if you're not having fun, what's the point? Well put, Mr. DeBear. So yes, that's the whole key to all of this. Yes, there are frustrating points on both sides. There are frustrating points for geocachers when people don't exactly follow things the right way. There are frustrating points for neo-geocachers trying to get up to speed. It's all a learning curve, but once you get there, you have a lot of fun and go from that. It's a game. Enjoy yourself. Go for the adventure. Go for the fun and enjoy geocaching as a whole. All right, good stuff. Anything to add, Miss Amy?
Mm-mm.
All right, let's move on.
Your support helps keep all of the GeoSnippits Reboot shows running along. Please consider making a PayPal donation through the link on our website to support our efforts and your ongoing entertainment. From all of us at GeoSnippits, we thank you.
Absolutely. And also for you to, if you'd be so kind to consider becoming a patron. Our patron program is, there are several links all over our websites saying, I want to be a patron for the show. Click on those and it'll take you to www.patreon, patreon.com/HeadHardHat. And in there, you can make basically a pledge saying that I'll give as much as $1 a week, as little as $1 a week, however you want to do it. There's different people that do different amounts that say whatever amount that you're going to give, you can get particular rewards when you become a Patreon. And basically that helps you support us. It helps us keep the show going and literally keeps the lights on. And it allows you to be part of the show as well. You're part of the GeoSnippits universe, and we greatly, greatly appreciate it. We do have an announcement. The one, man, I have been waiting for this, and I'm not even going to get into it, but this is how this works. The largest tier, and all the other tiers nest into it. So if you get the Path Tag tier and say that you will give $1 a week for a whole year, for $52, you receive an actual Path Tag. Now, we had a contest not too long, well, actually a while ago now.
Yes.
It's been some months. It had been decided on what the Path Tag is going to be through judging by our viewers. That went into pathtags.com. I don't know what happened. I'm not going to try to guess or point fingers or say anything. Let's just say we just got the notice that it's been approved, and we will have the Path Tags in our hands about mid-April. So in a few weeks, we will have the Path Tags in hand. So for all you kind people that have been waiting for all this time, you are going to finally get your Path Tags. And for anybody else who gets into the Patreon program, you will get them as well. Now,
nobody else is getting these.
No, these Path Tags are there. Nobody gets traded from us. We don't give them away as prizes on the show. This is a specialty, unique Path Tag.
Path Tag.
Right.
Exclusive.
It's exclusive. If you want to see the design, go to patreon.com/HeadHardHat. You'll see it. And only our patrons who signed up for the Path Tag tier get these guys. What you do with them after that, that's up to you. But we will not give them away as prizes or any other way, only to our patrons who sign up.
Right.
Now, as a nicety to you fine folks for waiting so long for all this, Amy and I have designed a Path Tag that we are going to be taking to Geo Woodstock. It is called Team HeadHardHat 2015, and it actually has the bit strip cartoons of Amy and myself on the Path Tag. It's really cute. Yeah. Those will also be coming in mid-April as well.
Yeah.
So as a thank you to you fine folks who patrons who have waited so long for this patron Path Tag, we are going to send to you not only the patron Path Tag, but you're also going to get the Amy and Andy HeadHardHat Path Tag as well. So you're actually going to get 2 Path Tags.
Yep.
Once we get both, we're going to send them out to everybody who's part of the patron program for the Path Tag tier. You're all going to get them. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much for waiting. It just happened the way it happened. We finally got
thank you so much, guys, so much for being patient.
Yes, and they are coming. So they've been approved. They're being processed right now and being made. And like I said, about mid-April or so, the second we get both Path Tags, once we get either one, we'll show it to you on the show. And once we get both, we will email them. We'll mail them to you so that you can have them. And again, thank you to all our patrons for helping us out each and every week. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. It literally keeps the lights on. All right, let's move on. All right, it is time for the GeoSnippits Geocaching Cache Stash. Let me explain. We have with us some of the best companies in the geocaching world, and they want to tell you fine folks about the products that they provide. So what they do is they send to us said products, and we turn them into prizes and give them to you each and every week. That's the GeoSnippet Geocaching Cache Stash. Last week was episode 104, and Miss Amy, if you'd be so kind as to tell them what the prize is.
From coinsandpins.com, it is the Heartfelt Geocoin.
Yes, this is beautiful. Nicely, nicely done. It is a heart on one side. It has 2 seahorses on the other. The part with the heart says, from William Shakespeare. When I saw you, I fell in love, and you smiled because you knew. This is kind of special to us because this kind of goes with us, and this was actually a gift for Valentine's Day that Amy got for me. Not this one in particular, but a coin similar to this. So this is the prize that we are giving out for episode 104. What was the question?
The question was, which Geo Woodstock was held in Raleigh, North Carolina? And the answer is Geo Woodstock number 5.
Yes, Geo Woodstock number 5 was held here right in North Kakalaki in Raleigh, North Carolina. I knew a lot of people that were actually involved with that. And yeah, it started just the year before or so before I got into geocaching. It was before I even moved here. So that's how that went. Otherwise, I would have been right there rocking and rolling with you all along. Now, what happens is Miss Amy has a magic geocoin, which we have lost and then refound. And in there, as she moves it around, she's going to flip for heads or tails.
It was stuck.
Was it now?
Yes.
All right. And
I'm not even going to ask on what.
Who knows? All right. So what I have here is a random number generator. And in here has the number between 1 and the total number of correct answers that we received for episode 104. I have a list over here on our side screen here with all the correct answers from people. And what Amy's going to do, she's going to tell me if it's whether heads or tails. Now, say, for example, the number is 4. It's not 4.
No,
we would go,
it's not.
and if it was heads, we would count down 4 from the top, and that would be our winner. If it was tails, we count from the bottom up 4, and that would be our winner. It kind of gives a little bit of extra randomness to all this. Miss Amy, are we going from heads down or tails up?
Heads.
Heads. Okay, so we are actually doing okay, so let me make sure that the answer is correct. And it is indeed Woodstock 5 was held in Raleigh, North Carolina. And the winner is going to go to, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. It's REPMUL. REPMUL Steve.
He's won before.
He's won before, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
You are our winner of that fantastic coin from coinsandpins.com. That is really, really cool. So congratulations for episode 104 to Steve, REPMUL. Repmo. It's the best I'm going to be able to come up with for that one. All right. So you're going to say to yourself, wait a minute. How do I get in on this? You guys are giving away all these cool prizes. You give away geocoins. You give away other prizes. You give away everything that deals with geocaching. I want in on this. Well, you can't win if you don't play. So to do that, to be eligible to win a prize from the Cache Stash, what you have to do is you have to get in your correct answers to us for episode 105, say, for example, by 12 noon Eastern time, Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday, at March 25th, 2015. Email it to gsreboot@gmail.com. That's gsreboot@gmail.com. Subject line Q1 episode 104. That's how we tell the difference between each of the episodes. So again, gsreboot@gmail.com. Subject line Q1. I hope that's not your stomach. Episode 104.
The chairs.
All correct answers will be put into a drawing. Remember how much she was talking about food before? I'm just saying. Some weeks for the people in the live chat room, that's very frustrating for people. Some weeks for the people in the live chat room, we have a second prize that we give away live right then, right there, like now. Tonight, we are going to give, if you saw the notices in the social medias, we are going to give away a very, very cool prize in just a minute to some lucky viewer that's watching the show. But before we do that, Miss Amy, if you would be okay, a.k.a. Squeaky, if you would be so kind to tell the kind people about episode number 105 and what the very cool prize is for that.
From cache-advance.com, it's a Dragonfly geocoin.
Okay, now I hardly want to show you this because you usually like
Oh, I love them.
Oh, yeah. These are awesome. So a lot of
Yeah.
times it's like, can I have it? I will show you this one. It's very, very cool for the people watching the video. This is the first one that I've seen is multicolored. This is usually they have a single set of color on the wings, and maybe the background has a little bit. This one has 4 different colored wings, which is awesome. So this is neat. I like this. This is very
Mine's
pretty.
multicolored.
Yours is multicolored too?
Yeah, it's
okay.
black, red, and yellow.
Okay, this is multicolored because each of the wings has kind of the geocaching colors scheme for that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a beautiful coin from cache-advance.com. Thank you, Lisa, for that. It's a fantastic coin. What's the question that they have to answer?
There's a new bare bones bitstrip cartoon on the geosnippits.com website that will be our graphic for Geo Woodstock 13. Who is driving the car?
That's right. Somewhere hidden on the geosnippets.com website is a graphic, and it's a bit strip of Amy and me. And we're going to be using this and modifying it a bit as we get closer and closer to Geo Woodstock, and it'll become more prominent on the main page. But somewhere it's hidden, somewhere on the website. You need to find it and figure out who's driving the car, and then send that in as your answer for question number 105. So very, very cool. Excuse me. I now have a tickle for some reason in my throat. Yeah, really cool stuff. I say we give away a coin again, only a really special coin, Miss Amy. Why don't we tell them what they're going to win and how we are going to win it?
It is the Podcacher 2014 geocoin.
These puppies just came out. Sonny and Sandy from Podcacher were very kind and actually gave us an extra coin. We actually ordered some for ourselves because we love Podcacher. And actually, these coins are very collectible because they only make so many of them. And this is their 2014 edition. It just came out within the past week or two. And we are giving away one of the coins. And not only are you getting the coin, you are going to get the matching cashkins that goes along with it. It looks exactly like the coin, including, if you look close enough, the number for the coin that you're going to receive is also on the cashkins. So what you can do is you can attach this onto a travel bug, keep your coin for your collection, and let this sucker go out as a proxy to follow all around the world on a travel bug someplace.
Mm-hmm.
So very, very cool. You get both. You get both the Cashkins and the Podcacher Podcast geocoin as tonight, live, right now. We're doing it. So the way we do this is our favorite way. This is fantastically fun, and I am going to clear the screen over here just so that we can do this. And we will take care of this and put this away and get this ready. All right. There we go. We're going to clean this up. I'm going to get the email going. We are going to have our world famous GeoSnippits email race. And this is how this works. We are going to tell you, don't send it right away until you get all the instructions. This is how this works. You're going to get your favorite email application up, Gmail, whatever you use. And in there, for the place that you're going to send it, you're going to put gsreboot@gmail.com. Don't send it yet. In the address, you're going to put gsreboot@gmail.com. In the subject line, this is extremely important because this is how we distinguish the different. You put Q2 for question 2, and you're going to put the words email race. Q2 email race. All right. Now, we have a special flag that we use so everybody gets the information at the same time and it's fair to everybody. In the body of the email, we're going to give you some code words. When you hear the code words, put them in the body of your email and send it immediately. Are you ready? All right. gsreboot@gmail.com, Q2 email race. Miss Amy, please drop the flag.
March Madness.
March Madness. Get it in your body of your letter and send it. Go. All right. I am going to, while we're doing this, I'm going to get our email up and get this ready. And I will make sure it's ready this way. All right, Miss Amy, why don't we finish up the show while we wait for the people? There's a little bit of a delay between when we actually talk and when you guys actually see it. And let's finish the show up and find out who wins this fantastic coin. Okay, well, we hope you enjoyed the show. This was very informative, and we hope that you got a lot of cool information. And if you're new to geocaching, welcome to the fun. We hope that this is very insightful and helpful for you as well as you go out into your geocaching adventures. Please, if you like what you see, let us know what you think about tonight's episode, what you like, what you didn't like, what you want to see more of. And there's a bunch of ways of getting in touch with us. Also, we ask you to please become a patron, become one of the supporters for our show, and literally help us keep the lights going so that we can keep the show going for as long as you want. And finally, tell other geocachers about our show, especially new geocachers, because they get a lot of information, as you can tell, each and every week from us. Experienced geocachers send us their insights and sometimes get some golden nuggets as well to help them out. And that's all part of what we like doing as a tutorial type show.
We want to thank our sponsors, cache-advance.com and coinsandpins.com. We want to thank Andy HeadHardHat Smith. I want to thank everyone watching in the chat room. Please keep those comments coming in.
Absolutely. All right, let's see what we've got here. All right. I want to make sure this is actually downloading like I want. Oh, wow. Holy cow. Here we go. All right. Wow, we got a lot tonight. All right, Miss Amy. Top of the list, middle of the list, bottom of the list. All right. So I am going to take this. Hang on. I'm going to put this so that it has that much. And you're going to have to pick and
sorry.
pick.
Huh?
Pick a spot. All right. And the winner is, okay, let me mark this. And if you would as well, Miss Amy, as this goes up.
Okay, hang on.
Here we go.
Hang on a sec.
Here's the winner. And the winner is...
Oh, hang on.
And they're going, tell us the winner.
I know. Hang on.
The winner of the podcast coin and the other thing that comes with it, the Cache Kids, goes to Sally Watts.
Woohoo!
Sally Watts, you are the winner.
Do you know who that is?
I have a sneaky suspicion it has to do with Bible Man Rick.
It does.
Okay. Yes. That's his wife, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, Sally, congratulations. You're the winner of that fantastic Podcacher Podcast 2014 GeoCoin and the Cashkins that goes along with it. Awesome. I love it. Congratulations. All right, folks. Well, like I said, we hope you enjoyed the show. And we had a great time. It was fantastically fun. We hope you got some good golden nuggets out of there. And congratulations to Sally for winning that really, really cool coin. Really, really cool. All right, folks. We say again, I want to say a special thanks to wife Amy. And we have in upcoming shows next week, we're going to be doing some creative geocaching. And what that means with that is I've got the bug. I want to make some cool caches, and I want to show you how I made them. So I found a bunch of creative caches, and I'm going to create them over the next week or so, and then we're going to show you how to make these cool caches for your very own next week. So how to create some creative geocaching tutorials is going to be on next week on the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. And we thank you for being here. We will see you out on the trails next week. Bye-bye, folks. Please be sure to join us each and every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another episode of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast right here on the GeoSnippits website at www.geosnippits.com. The video version of the show is available on YouTube, and the audio version is available on iTunes, Stitcher, Blueberry, the Tech Podcast Network, and many of your favorite podcatchers. We love hearing from our viewers and listeners, so please leave your feedback by emailing us at gsreboot@gmail.com, visit us through our social media sites, or contact us via our voicemail line at 919-341-9519, or use our website Send Voicemail tab. The GeoSnippits Reboot is a HeadHardHat production and is produced by Amy and Andy Smith. This show is copyright 2015 by Andrew T. Smith. All rights reserved. And clear. Wow, good show, man. You are going to love this coin. I'm just telling you.
Yeah,
it is
nice.
Awesome. And there's not that many out there. There's I don't know the total amount from Sunny and Sandy that they put, but they sold out, I think, pretty much automatically, just about immediately when they did it. And they're very collectible and very cool. And yeah, congratulations. That is really cool. I love giving away free stuff. And good stuff. All right, folks. Well, we hope you have a safe week. We hope you have a lot of fun geocaching. I know there's a lot of people out there at Moga right now having a good time. Tomorrow's Friday. I've seen some,
Thank goodness.
Yes, and I've seen a lot of things. You're going to have a lot of cool things planned for you for Moga. Just be safe getting there. Be safe coming back. We want to have you here next week on the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. So have a good one, folks, and we'll see you out on the trails. Bye-bye.